Multiple guests have described seeing hands coming out of the bathroom mirror.
What?
Yikes!
No, I can't.
That is scary.
I would.
I don't need anything coming out.
That's so like horror movie.
It's like Candyman or something, right?
Yes.
Welcome to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Feliz.
And I'm Andi, and we are coming to you from Key West, Florida.
Yeah, but if this is your first time listening to our podcast, welcome. We are two spooky girls who love to hear and tell stories about ghosts, hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, everything creepy and spooky.
Spooky.
Yes.
Don't worry, though. We respect the forces that are behind all of the spooky stuff, and we know to keep a safe distance.
That's right. By the way, we are fully aware that we do not know anything or really understand what's going on with any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. But it's okay. We keep it light as we work our way through the strange and unusual. You will hear us laugh a little as we bring you stories that make you question and give you a chill.
A quick warning before we begin. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Our tales are drawn from folklore, history, and reported experiences, but we don't claim them as fact. Some stories may include sensitive topics, so listener discretion is advised.
Dive into the shadows with us as we bring you haunting tales in this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Shall we dive in? So, if you listened to last week's episode...
And we hope you did.
Yes, and if you didn't, go back and do it right now. You already know a little bit about Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Andi walked you through that town's history, and she did an amazing job.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
But the hotel she covered sits in the heart of downtown, right in the middle of everything. The one we're talking about today sits above it all, literally perched on top of a mountain like it's watching the whole town from a distance.
Ooh. Watching.
The 1886 Crescent Hotel has been called America's most haunted hotel for decades now.
Ooh.
17 national and international paranormal television shows have filmed there. Over 35,000 people take the ghost tour every year. Investigators have captured what appeared to be a full-bodied apparition on thermal camera. So spooky. But the thing about the Crescent that most haunted hotel lists tend to skim over is that the history is genuinely dark in ways that have nothing to do with the paranormal.
Oh.
There was a man named Norman Baker who owned this hotel in the late 1930s, and what he did there was not a ghost story. It was a crime. The ghost stories came later, and if you look at them alongside the actual history, they start to make sense in a heartbreaking way. So the story is crazy. All right, so quick review of the local town history in case you missed last week's episode. And if you did, what are you even doing with your life?
Yeah, gosh.
Go listen to it after this episode. Eureka Springs was founded in 1879, built almost entirely around the belief that the local springs could heal you. People came from all over the country, sick and desperate, and the town boomed fast. A former Arkansas governor named Powell Clayton saw an opportunity and set out to build the most impressive hotel in the country to anchor it. He hired a St. Louis architect, brought in crews of Irish stonemasons, and put up a massive limestone structure on top of a mountain overlooking the whole town. The walls were 18 inches thick and fitted together without mortar.
Whoa.
It cost $294,000, which is over $10 million today.
Wow.
And when it opened in 1886, it was declared America's most opulent resort. Pretty fancy.
And we're going.
And we're going there. It had good years. Then the spa tourism trend faded, the money dried up, and by 1908, the building had become a girls' boarding school to keep the lights on. The college ran until the Great Depression closed it for good in 1933. After that, the Crescent sat empty on its mountain. It's kind of ominous, right? That's when Norman Baker showed up. Norman Baker was born in Muscatine, Iowa. He dropped out of high school his sophomore year and became a machinist, following his father into the trade. His life shifted when he encountered a traveling mentalist show, and from that point forward, he had a hunger for spectacle and persuasion that he never outgrew.
Okay.
The story is wild. Get ready. He founded a radio station in Iowa called KTNT, which stood for Know the Naked Truth. He was like a conspiracy theorist before his time. You know?
Yeah.
He used it as a platform for his opinions, his populism, and eventually his medical theories. Theories is an important part of this, so tuck that away for later.
Got it.
Baker was not a doctor. He never claimed to be. And he made that into a selling point. He framed the entire medical establishment as the enemy, corrupt and self-serving, and presented himself as the brave outsider who had discovered what they refused to share. Interesting. The American Medical Association ran him out of Iowa. Undeterred, he moved his operations to Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, where he ran a border blaster radio station called XENT that was reportedly one of the most powerful stations in North America at that time. He broadcast his cancer cure claims every night. His programming included anti-Semitic and anti-Catholic rants. He was, by almost every measure, a deeply paranoid man.
Okay.
In 1937, he found Eureka Springs. The town was struggling, the old Crescent Hotel was empty, and Baker saw an opportunity. He bought the hotel and opened the Baker Hospital and Health Resort in 1938. He immediately made the building his own. The lobby was painted in his signature shades of purple with large geometric designs on the walls. He drove an orchid-colored car. He wore white suits and lavender shirts.
He loved purple.
He was like Prince before his time.
Yes. I'm picturing, what do you call the fluffy?
Like the fluffy, yes, like the ruffled collars and cuffs.
Yes.
He had his office sealed off in bulletproof glass and kept 2 submachine guns within easy reach.
Oh, wow.
He spent money loudly and openly during the leanest years of the Depression, while the sick and desperate handed it over to him.
Oh.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
His advertisements promised the impossible. His brochures read, "We cure cancer tumor without operation, radium, or x-ray. We treat all ailments. We do not cut any organ." I mean,
That's weird.
I know, like we talked about in your episode, people are so desperate
Right.
that they're willing to look at a newspaper article and then be like, okay, well, we don't really have any other choice. Let's go try this, you know?
Right. Of course.
Baker was also careful about who he admitted. He preferred patients with no close family nearby. When a new patient arrived, he had them sign undated letters declaring themselves much improved and doing well.
What?
He held on to those letters. As the patient deteriorated, he would send the letters home to whatever family existed to buy time.
That's messed up.
When the patient died, he would send a note expressing condolences and requesting money for arrangements. And he kept the money.
And what did he do with the people?
Oh, well, you might find out.
Okay.
His treatments were injected directly into the site of the cancer up to 7 times a day. The formula contained alcohol, glycerol, carbolic acid, ground watermelon seed, corn silk, and clover leaves. What Baker did not advertise was that carbolic acid, also known as phenol, is a poison capable of causing organ failure. Around the same time Baker was injecting it into cancer patients in Arkansas, the Nazis were using that exact compound, injections of carbolic acid, to kill inmates in concentration camps.
Oh, gosh.
Isn't that sick? When patients got bad enough that their suffering became audible, Baker had a solution for that too. One entire wing of the hotel was soundproofed, sealed behind steel doors that locked from the outside,
Oh, my gosh.
and designated as a psychiatric ward. Patients who were screaming or crying out in pain were moved there, out of sight and out of earshot of everyone else.
That's awful. I mean, this whole thing is awful. Wow, I
Yes.
didn't know this.
Yeah, it's awful. And also he just designated it as he's just torturing these people and then saying, well, they're crazy. That's why we locked them up. That's why they're screaming. Isn't that terrible?
So sad.
Those who were declared cured were often in visibly worse condition than when they arrived. Some made it home. Some died on the train ride back. One patient's husband later testified about his wife's experience. She said it was awful. She told me it didn't do much good. Said she wanted to go home, that she was getting worse. She was dead by Christmas.
Oh.
Historians have confirmed at least 42 deaths at the Baker Hospital during this roughly 2 years of operation, but they believe the real number is significantly higher. Records survived from only 1 out of 5 mortuaries that were operating in the area of the time. Before he was finally stopped, Baker had accumulated somewhere between $1 and $10 million from people who had cancer who had no other hope. His downfall did not come from his fraudulent medicine or from the people he killed. It came from using the United States Postal Service to promote his cures. That's how he got in trouble. In 1940, he was convicted of mail fraud and sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. During his trial, the assistant U.S. attorney read aloud Baker's own words, a quote in which Baker said he could reap $1 million out of the suckers in the state. The hospital closed. The Crescent fell into disrepair for 6 years. Isn't that crazy?
I didn't
he didn't
know
even get in trouble for any of his
That's
horrific crimes, and he got in trouble for mail fraud, which thank goodness for that. You know?
But still, it's not enough. I mean, all of those people.
Yeah, that's not justice.
That's awful.
The epilogue of Baker's story has its own dark symmetry. After prison, he tried to open another research center in Muscatine, but the state of Iowa refused to grant him permission.
Thanks, Iowa.
Yeah.
What the heck?
They had already kicked him out one time, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He retired to Florida and eventually settled onto a yacht that had once belonged to railroad developer Jay Gould. He died in 1958 at the age of 75. His death was cirrhosis. He had spent his life promising cures for diseases he could not understand and died of a disease he refused to treat.
Well,
So there's a little dark backstory.
yeah, that is dark. I really didn't know all of that.
Yeah, and there's more. The hotel eventually reopened and changed hands several times before a couple named Marty and Elise Rognick, same as the Basin Park, purchased it in 1997. Where previous owners had sometimes discouraged talk of the supernatural, the Rognicks leaned into it. They launched nightly ghost tours and began treating the building's full history, including the darkest parts, as something worth preserving. The hotel was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2016. On February 5th, 2019, a landscaper named Susan Benson was working to extend a parking area at the property when her equipment turned up medical-looking bottles in the first scoop of dirt. She called the hotel's ghost tour manager, Keith Scales, who recognized them immediately. The bottles matched ones featured on a Baker promotional poster in the hotel's archives.
Oh.
What followed was a full archaeological excavation by the University of Arkansas. The dig unearthed somewhere between 400 and 500 bottles and medical jars. Some contained Baker's so-called secret formulas, including what he called cured number 5. Some contained what appeared to be tumor and tissue samples preserved in alcohol.
Ew.
Archaeologists also found reels of 60mm film, one frame still legible enough to read, after or before Baker treatment. That's what it said. They found a medical dispensing spoon. They found what appeared to be a bone saw. That's a pretty creepy find when you're like gardening.
Yeah. Susan, was that her name?
Susan's like, oh dear. The site was not casual dumping. The bottles had been placed in a deliberately excavated pit. After the news went public, the hotel's general manager, Jack Moyer, reported receiving calls from eyewitnesses who had lived through the Baker years, some of whom confirmed they had seen those same bottles in the basement morgue area of the hotel decades earlier. The stories people had been telling for 80 years turned out to be true. The archaeology proved it. The best of the unearthed bottles are now on display in the Crescent's basement morgue, the same Baker used to store cadavers and body parts alongside his original autopsy table and the walk-in cooler where he kept human remains.
Oh, no.
Yep. Yep. We're going there.
I mean, yes, we are. That
Did
doesn't
you?
make
You
me
didn't
feel
know.
good.
You didn't know any of this stuff.
So interestingly, my friend was in Eureka Springs just a couple days ago.
Okay.
And sent me some photos and things like that. And she had mentioned to me that at the Crescent Hotel she couldn't go in the basement. Like she
personally couldn't do it.
Couldn't personally make herself go in there. But I didn't.
You don't know why.
Didn't know why and didn't ask any questions and didn't want to look into it because I knew you were going to cover it, you know, and I like to be surprised. But no. Wow.
Yeah.
I just knew that the Crescent Hotel was haunted. I didn't know this darkness.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, would you like to hear about some of the hauntings?
Yes.
Okay. 42 confirmed deaths in 2 years in a building that before that had already claimed lives during the construction and during the college years, in a town built on the promise that suffering could be cured. If any place on earth has earned its ghosts, it is this one. So let's get into it.
Let's.
Michael is almost certainly the oldest ghost in the building. He's believed to be one of the Irish stonemasons who built the hotel in 1884 and 1885. The story goes that he lost his footing on the roof and fell, landing in the area that would eventually become room 218. The hotel formally classifies him as a poltergeist based on the nature of the activity reported there over the decades, and that activity is extensive. Lights and the television turn on and off on their own. Doors open and slam shut and then refuse to open again.
Ooh.
Don't like that one.
No, I don't want to get stuck anywhere.
Guests have reported the sound of a falling man in the ceiling.
That's interesting.
Objects move. Multiple guests have described seeing hands coming out of the bathroom mirror.
What?
Yikes!
No, I can't.
That is scary.
I would.
I don't need anything coming out.
That's so like horror movie.
It's like Candyman or something, right?
Yes.
Michael also has a specific and well-documented preference for female guests. Ooh. Reports of a shower curtain being yanked back by an unseen hand are common. And the women in the room have felt a hand on their shoulder or their back. One guest account published in a regional magazine describes it plainly. Room 18 is where Michael, an Irish stonemason who fell to his death when building the hotel, is known to hang out. He pulled this shower curtain back when we stayed in the room and playfully touched our backs.
Oh.
That's a lot.
I don't like the shower curtain.
No,
Michael.
that's creepy. A paranormal guide who works at the hotel shared her own experience from room 18 during Eureka Springs Paranormal Weekend. She was there with 4 other people playing Irish music to try to make contact. When the upper right-hand drawer in the dresser opened by itself, no one was near it. Room 218 books up months in advance. People specifically request it.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Here's another one. Theodora is a former cancer patient from the Baker Hospital years. She's described consistently as a gentle presence, conscientious, even in death. She's most often reported standing outside the door to room 419, fumbling with her keys as though she cannot quite get them to work, and tidying up inside the room after guests leave. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's kind.
Aww.
One guest account from room 419 is specific enough to be worth repeating. A couple left a handful of loose coins on the coffee table before going to dinner. When they came back, the coins had been stacked in a neat row, sorted by denomination. Housekeeping staff have also reported encounters with Theodora, describing her as someone who introduces herself as a cancer patient before vanishing. What? That's a lot.
Hi, I'm Theodora. I have cancer.
I have cancer. Oh my gosh. Breckie is the ghost of a 4-year-old boy named Clifton Breckenridge Thompson, the son of a college president during the girls' school years, who died in the building from complications related to appendicitis.
Aww.
Poor buddy. He's almost always detected, here we go, by the sound first. A ball bouncing in the hallway, the sound of small feet. Mm-hmm. He's been seen on the 2nd floor and is sometimes associated with the kitchen, where pots and pans have been reported moving on their own.
He's just trying to have fun.
Yeah, but it's still like a bouncing ball. A ghost ball bouncing by itself is creepy. It is.
It is.
It's unsettling. I actually have goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yep.
Dr. John Fremont Ellis was the in-house physician at the Crescent in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. His office is in what is now room 212. He's not typically seen so much as smelled. Guests and staff near that room report catching the scent of cherry pipe tobacco, which disappears as quickly as it arrives.
I do like ghostly smells.
Yeah. Among the most frequently reported apparitions in the lobby is a man in formal Victorian dress, top hat, full mustache, and beard, distinguished in appearance. He's been spotted at the bottom of the main staircase and at the lobby bar. Guests have tried to talk to him. He never responds. He sits quietly, and then he is gone.
Whoa.
That is crazy. From the Baker Hospital years, a nurse dressed entirely in white has been reported pushing a gurney down the 3rd floor corridor.
Okay, that's creepy.
The gurney squeaks.
Oh, no.
And that sound has been reported on its own, independent of any sighting. The squeak of wheels rolling down the empty hallway in the middle of the night.
Oh, that gave me a chill. Okay.
The third floor is also home to what tour guides call the Vortex, a specific spot where the original hotel structure connects to an annex built during the hospital years. Guests at that junction frequently report feeling suddenly lightheaded or actually fainting.
Oh no, I hope that's not me.
The pattern is consistent enough that it is now a documented stop on the ghost tours that we'll find out.
Ooh.
The Crystal Dining Room has its own catalog of activity. Multiple accounts describe Victorian-era dancers in full period dress seen moving through the room in the early morning hours.
Love it.
Yeah. A 19th century gentleman has been spotted at a table near one wall, and one guest reported overhearing him say that he had seen the most beautiful woman there the night before and was waiting for her to return.
Oh,
Don't you love that?
Yes.
A Victorian bride and groom have been seen reflected in the room's mirror. Christmas decorations have been moved or rearranged overnight. All of the menus were found strewn across the room on one occasion. Disembodied voices have been heard coming from the dining room when it is empty.
Wow.
Here we go. The basement morgue is where the most disturbing reports in the building originate. The original autopsy table is still there. The walk-in cooler where Baker stored human remains is still there. Children have been seen huddled under the autopsy table, described as pleading for help.
What? Oh, I don't like that at all.
Creepy. Paranormal investigators using EMF meters report receiving responses they attribute to former patients. Jack Moyer documented a specific recurring phenomenon at a spot just above the morgue where guests would suddenly go pale, fall against the wall, and slide down it in a faint. The loss of consciousness was brief, but the pattern was consistent and repeatable.
Ooh.
That spot is directly above the room where Baker stored his specimens.
Gross.
Yeah. The Crescent Hotel has been standing on top of that mountain for 140 years. It has been a luxury resort, a girls' school, a fraudulent cancer hospital, and a ruin. And now it is a hotel again, with ghost tours running 8 or 9 times a night on weekends, and a 3-ring binder in the lobby full of things that people could not explain.
Oh my gosh.
The thing that stays with you when you look at the full history is how consistent the hunger has been. The people who came to Eureka Springs in the 1880s wanted the water to heal them. The people who handed money to Norman Baker in the 1930s wanted the cancer to be curable. The people who book room 218 9 months in advance want to feel something on the other side of the wall between here and whatever comes next. Nobody who has ever walked into that building has walked in without wanting something. And the building keeps answering, whether the answer is Michael pulling a shower curtain back,
Michael.
or coins sorted by value on a coffee table, or the sound of a gurney in an empty hallway. The Crescent keeps giving people something to take home with them. What do you think it's going to give us?
Gosh, I don't know. I'm nervous about the morgue. The rest I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have a hard time going to places where there's been tremendous tragedy and desperation and suffering. And so I feel like that's what was there for quite a while.
Yeah.
And that's really sad. I can't believe that.
I know. It's so, I mean, you know, it's one thing when tragedy strikes and it's like an accident or, you know, can't be helped or whatever. But when there is a person that is doing evil, you know, that this person was making the choice to hurt other people for money. Ooh, that's heavy stuff.
That's bad juju, man.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Excited to go there. Still don't like it.
Well, we'll see what happens when we go there.
I know when we made our reservation there, we were like, hey, we like spooky stuff.
And they're like, really?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't think we have 218. I think we have something on that same floor, though, like, 225 or I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like they were like, we'll put you somewhere good.
Yeah, they did. They did. They said they were going to put us somewhere a little spooky, but we'll find out. We'll keep you guys posted.
Oh, my gosh. It's going to be us in the middle of the night, like, oh, my gosh.
It's like, remember on X-Men, that one girl who, like, she had trauma and then she had that gray stripe in her hair? That's going to be us. We're going to come back with, like... Storm or whatever her name was.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's going to be us. We'll be okay.
No, we will be. I'm excited though. I really didn't know all that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you ready for Somebody Told Me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. This story, this is interesting.
Okay.
It comes from one of my friends' friends.
Okay.
So my friend is Casey. Casey's friend just recently got back from a trip to Key West.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And she was staying at a hotel downtown and had an experience. So Casey texted me to tell me her friend had had an experience. And I was like, okay, which hotel? Tell me more details. So she's like, okay, hold on. So then she said she got some more details. Here's what she said.
Okay.
So Casey started off, she said, she's like you. She just draws spirits and stuff to her. And I was like, okay. So the friend woke up in the middle of the night. There was a small child standing next to her bed.
Oh my gosh.
The friend was so confused. She said, what are you doing? And the child just disappeared.
Oh my gosh.
The next day, she asked her friends if anything weird had happened or, what was going on or if anybody knew anything about the hotel. And they found out later that the hotel is apparently haunted.
Oh my gosh. I want to know.
Can you guess which one it is?
No, I don't know. I'm so curious.
They were staying at La Concha.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
But child ghost, that's new, right?
Yeah, we haven't heard that one.
Yeah. But she said she just poof.
Okay, we need more information.
I know.
We
I'll
need
have to find out what room it was.
Yeah. I wonder if it was on the 5th floor.
I don't know.
That's the hauntedest one there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I thought, I was like, one, that's a great story. Two, it's our town. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
But also it goes hand in hand with our hotel theme.
Yes,
right
it
now.
does. That's perfect.
But I was so excited because it was just such a random, she's like, oh, I have to tell you something. And,
And then she told you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll find out. I'll see if I can find out some more information. But that was a new report for that location, for us at least.
Ooh, that's good. We'll
Yeah.
add it to our little documentation.
Yes.
Very cool.
So thank you, Casey and Casey's friend. And thank you so much for listening to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. Have you checked out our website, you2scaremepodcast.com? We sell all our cool merch. You can find t-shirts, tank tops, mugs, hats, and more with our logo and some of our new designs.
Yes, we have funny, cool, new designs on there. You'll love them.
We just spent a ton on our own order.
Yeah. Listeners, do you like what you hear? Help us reach more ears by sharing the show with your fellow weirdos, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and joining our Patreon. The link is in the show notes, or you can just go to patreon.com and search You Two Scare Me Podcast.
You can also help us by rating and reviewing us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. We love those reviews.
Yes, we do. Don't forget to check out our social media. Find us on Instagram at You2ScareMe_podcast, or on Facebook, You Two Scare Me Podcast, or on TikTok, You Two Scare Me Podcast, no spaces. Also, when you get there, make sure you're liking our post and leaving comments and, following us.
Yeah, any interaction is really helpful.
Yeah.
And remember to send us your own spooky stories for our Somebody Told Me segment at you2scaremepodcast@gmail.com. That's YOUTWO scaremepodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks for wandering through the shadows with us.
Until next time, stay curious and beware what lurks beyond the light.